Hey everybody, how you guys all doing out there tonight? Okay, just bear with me for 1 second, okay? I'm going to try to make this as quickly as I can possibly do it. Here's what I'm looking at. All right, so do you see this little, it's just a teeny tiny little thingy-mabobber right here, right? You see this, just this double little thingy-mabobber? This double poke over. Now everybody, this is the ADX chart. This is the ADX trend chart on the daily, right? This is kind of one of my favorite charts, right? And we talked about this yesterday in the video, how we're at the point where it's going to make this, like we're at the point where we're going to make a big move, and it's coming. We see the red band right here. So the red band is chopping up right here. We see that we're about to make some kind of a big move. Look, every time we're here and this red band right here, and then boom, you get a big move. Oop. You get a big bam, bam, right? Bam down, bam up, bam. We don't know, okay? So, there's just something I want to show you guys really quick. And I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible, all right? So, every time you get this little thing right here, so remember, your blue line, oops, it's horrible. Let's switch over to yellow and yellow. All right. Okay. And there we go. All right, so whenever you get, and I know it's hard to see it on the chart, I'll blow it up in a second. So anytime you get this kind of a correction where you're completely on top of both indicators, so the orange is the bear line, the blue is the bulls. So this is the bulls, right? This is the bears, right? So when when the bear, it just, when one of these moves into one direction, it just controls the bear, how bearish we are or how bullish we are. This is one thing that also helps me find tops and bottoms, to say, hey, okay, this is looking towards like the bottom, it's exhausting. And I come and look at the ADX chart, and the ADX chart will show you, oh, look, bears are exhausted, bears are exhausted, bears are exhausted. That's what this is, these double bottoms. Look at this perfect double bottom for the bears, right? So, but we're not here to talk about that, right? Even though this chart is a beautiful thing, right? What we're here to talk about is when we see a corrective move coming. So what I do is I look for something like this, right? I look for something like this that tells me there's possibly a corrective move coming, or this right here that tells me there's a possible corrective move coming. So look, it's over both of the other existing lines, the bear line, and the this is actually a God damn it, what is this? This is the MACD. So what this is like the MACD line, the pink and the green. So when you're above, and this goes for bears also, right? So when you're above, you can start to look for exhaustion, right? So this comes up here, right? It exhausts, and then it reverses, right? So look, this one was this tip, right? And then this one was this tip right there, and then it reversed direction, right? But it was above both of the other lines. So this is one thing I kind of look for when I'm trying to do this charting here, right? Same thing right here. Look, pokey pokey, right? And you did get this move up, so you just get a small move. Now, when you're down here and it's given these little signals like that over the top, look, it did the same thing here. Here's a great example. This is exactly what I'm looking at here. So you see it gave this was this, and this was this little peak right here, this fake out move, right? And then it crashed on you, right? It definitely crashed on you. I'm watching this right here. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick, that when you take off my lines and you look at my regular chart, one of the things is I have the resistances and supports that are, let me make this full size, right? All right, there we go. So what I have is I have the resistances and supports down here. And one thing I want you to take out is, see the line? Look at the line right here. Right, you see this line that travels all the way across. It's an orange line. So this is the line that is for the bulls and the bears. And then what I do is I mark that as a resistance line right there. Right, so this resistance line is also at a, well, this would actually be considered a support right here, or resistance for whichever target and direction you're looking for. right? But we've come down. If this double bottoms right here, if this double bottoms and takes a run back up, right, that'll be a really, really ugly double bottom right there. So I'm talking about this right here, this, that, and that. If we double bottom right here, and then we've got this little sneaky sign that's right here. It's very small and it's hard to see, and I almost didn't see it. I was just sitting here staring at the charts. But if this double bottoms right here, this will be a wicked pullback, right? This will be a wicked bearish pullback for us. But now it'll be over in what's that, 17 hours, something like that? No, less than 7, it's like 15 hours. So in like 15 hours, this will either be below here and we won't have to worry about that reversal. But let me tell you what, you should take very, very seriously the ADX chart, because when it does a double bottom, right? Like this is a double bottom right here. Like it's not kidding. Look, oh man, I don't want to draw on this chart. Let's not draw on this, right? And I'm going to pull this off. When this bad boy does a double bottom, it ain't kidding. It ain't kidding, right? This was that poke. This was that poke. And this caused this right there, right? Like when this baby double bottoms, it ain't playing around. It's freaking serious, right? So I'm really watching this over here to make sure we don't do the same thing right here. Let me expand this out a little bit bigger. Oh, don't want to do that. And we'll reverse that. And all of a second, we grab this, right? And there we go. So what I want to make sure is we don't do this. Would have been this right here, and this would have been this right here, right? Almost a double top. I mean, it's not quite a double top, but what it does remind me of is this pattern right here reminds me a lot of this right here, right? Remember we had this double top back here, and you also had this failure double top right here. Not as much. I mean, it didn't quite make it to the double top right there, right? But look, we didn't really print that double top down there. But if you look, you see this right here. This is the pattern. It's just much bigger. See, I like to. Ooh, let's do this. I'm going to do this much bigger, like this. Right? Like I like to look for patterns, like this one, right? Like this one, like this one. Nope, like this one. Like I like to look for these double patterns. These are like their exhaustion patterns is what they are, right? These are exhaustion patterns. Like look at this teeny little double top right there, that sneaky little fucker. And look at this bad boy. Look what it did. That little double top right here had this massive drop right there, right? That's a very sneaky little double top right there. And it's something I'm really just keeping an eye on right now, because it's just, when this thing does a double top, it really goes the other direction hard. Like, look, there's a double top right there, double top right there, double top right there. Jesus, they're everywhere. Mostly on the bullish side, though. Like, this is a bullish double top, right? This sneaky fucker then took off. Close. You see we didn't get one down here, right? We didn't get that second bottom down here. What we got was kind of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? You can clearly see this inverse head and shoulder pattern play out here, right? So you had down, up, down, up, down, up, right? And that was this, actually here, 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 and here. This was that inverse head and shoulders pattern, and then it kind of faded off right here a little bit. But this is a great reversal pattern right here on the ADX chart that told you that this up move was coming right here, right? And this was actual baby bull Jesus right there. That was baby bull Jesus. What else do we got? Just wanted to show you guys another one. Okay, like same thing right here. Like we've been getting, look here, this was this, this was that, this was that, got it, okay. So here is, let me show you this one. So, inverse head and shoulders there, 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 right? Check this out. This was the first one. Here was the second one. Here was the other shoulder right there. So shoulder, shoulder, head down here, right? And now what happened last time, for the last time, was kind of faded out a little bit and then it took off, right? And now we're in kind of a channel right here. So we're in a channel right there. That's also going to be interesting to see if we break out upside or downside of this channel right here. But that's, just another pattern how well that inverted head and shoulders played out, and that played out well before the inverted head and shoulders actually played out up here on this top side. All right, so that's really it. I'm just watching this little teeny tiny peak right here. And this double bottom, I mean, this is what I'm watching. So it's 24 hours. Like I said, and this thing can actually dip down a little bit too. Doesn't mean it has to be perfect every single time. But like this is what I'm watching. This little tiny double top right there. Right? That little higher high. Because if we see that this turns around, does something like this, and then goes up, this would be counted as a double bottom, right? We would look at that as a double bottom. What we don't want for the halving, well, what we want for the halving is this not to be a double bottom. For the halving, we want this to continue down for the halving. So for bullish, we're going to change the pen to customize. We're going to change it to green. Like this is what, oh, there it is. And we want this is bullish. Bullish if it breaks down, right? That's bullish. If this breaks up, that's bullish, right? If this breaks down and this breaks up, that's going to give us an ugly double bottom sign right there. And we've only got 15 hours left. So what we really have to be watching for is this, when it does this pattern right here. Sorry, gotta go back to my yellow pen. What the thing I don't like is when it does this little hiccup pattern right here. This shows that sometimes it's exhausted, right? This is showing signs of weakness. This is a little peak of weakness. Oh, Jesus Christ. Weakness. That was horrible. Well, let me do that. Get out of there. I'm writing with the stupid pen. I'm writing with my mouse. So that's weakness when it does that, and I don't like it, right? Weakness. So this has, I'm just putting it over in the members area right here. This is a daily chart, and see this small poke of weakness here on the bull side. For the halving, want the trend to follow the green arrows. The two small blue tops are the sign of, the small sign of local weakness. But this is a short-lived trend as it will play out in the next 24 to 36 hours. Max 48 hours. All right? So that's really what I'm just going to be watching. I'm going to be watching this chart for the next 24 to 46 hours and to make sure that this isn't some sign of weakness here with that little double poke up right there over everything. And once again, you know, the other thing that we're watching is in the trend, and I went over this in the video yesterday, is how low this MACD is right here, how low this trend line is. And, you know, when you get down here and you look at the red, right, we went over this yesterday, right? Red means big move, right? Red means big move coming. And we went over this in the video yesterday. All you got to do is just go back, play the video from yesterday, and you can see that every time, see the red bands, here's the red bands, here's the red bands, here's the red bands. So every time the red bands called a big move, right? The red bands were warning you, look out, look out, look out, look out. There's a big move coming. I mean, Jesus Lord, right? And then, look, there was no band for a red move here, but this shows that there's going to be a big move coming soon. I just don't know when it is. Now, once again, it does not like to it's not going to break out like this. One of these, either the orange or whatever, one's got to break up over here. So it's got to get up to this level and show at least some kind of a breakout. So you want to see a breakout. So we want to see a breakout of some kind on this up here for either the bulls or the bears, right? So either one of these, the bulls or the bears, has got to make a move, because every time you see, like here, this is the breakout. You see the breakout? This is the bulls, right? And then where's the next one? Look at, here it is. Here was the breakout right here, right? But when they're in this tangle, in this mess right here, it's nothing. It doesn't even count, right? Look, here's the move. Like, there was the breakout right there. It was kind of a fake breakout first. So this is really tough. But look, this hadn't hit his bottom, right? And you're looking for this thing right here. You're looking at that low. Like, this is just saying it's getting exhausted down here, right? And look at this one, kind of teased its way and then bounced back up, right? But this is what we're watching to see as this plays out. Now, the toughest one to play out was, of course, wasn't this one. The toughest one to play out was the big dump back here. This was really tough to play out. If you look at the fake out that they had back here, this fake out was actually really crazy on the ADX chart. Because look, you pull back down here, you see there's your MACD right here as it's coming down. Right there it is. Right, here's your basically you're squeezing. This was just a squeezing. Look at this. So you had the breakout by the bulls first, and then you had that little double top that we have right here. See, look, we're putting in the very same kind of double top right there. Right, this, oh, let's not do that. And this is what's scaring me right now, is this little fucker looks like this little fucker. But this little fucker's teeny tiny, where this was a pretty big bastard right here. Like, that was a really big bastard right there. But you see this came down and did oh man, just was playing people out. I remember I was like, no, we're going down, we're going down. I swear to God, it just kept going up. And I was like, no, I swear to God, we're going down. And then sure enough, we went down. But this right here, and look, we're in the same hokey dokey, but like, we can do a little bit of faking out here. You know, there's no reason we can't fake out, but look at how low we are. We're super low on these levels. And this is really, I mean, we're coming to a time right here where we're going to get some either a large up move or a large down move, but I just don't know how easy this is going to be to play. But the red band says that it is coming soon, right? It's definitely coming soon. All right, I'm the Vamp. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. I am out.